Hello, welcome to this week's video. It's going to be on vitamin A loss. Today is a beautiful day. The sun is out in Melbourne and it is very exciting because we don't always have consistent weather, as most of you know. But I want to talk about having longer days, how we can prep our skin for the longer days to come, and also get the most out of our skincare. So our skin, it's a battle about keeping our levels of vitamin A in the lower layers of the living tissue. So when we're using, particularly the method I teach most of my clients, we first have to fix the outer layers, and then we start to step up higher and higher doses of active forms of vitamin A. And vitamin A is a big family, so we want all of them eventually. So we want the storage forms, and we want the alcohol forms, and we want the skin to be being flooded at a cellular level so the skin can grow more little keys to absorb the vitamin A, so then it has resources on demand, which means that when the day is light and bright and then we sit in front of screens and we live in cities with free radicals, these are all depleting those stores. So we always want to make sure, and I see this a little bit where people think that, oh, I don't really need a sunscreen, or I can use just a really high 50 plus when the sun's out. So I want to try and teach you a little bit about why that mightn't be the most clever option for you. So firstly, our skin, they say, this is just some research, so 45 minutes of light exposure to my skin with no SPF, I lose 85% of my vitamin A stores. 85%. I tell a lot of clients this. I had a winter quite a few years ago where I did a personal experiment, permanent guinea pig. I didn't use any SPF for the whole winter, so for 3 months really, and I actually looked remarkably older at the end of that winter. So I did my medical needling course and said, great, that was a great expensive experiment. I'm never doing that again. So with Environ, they only use SPF 15, which confuses some people. They think more is better. So what is SPF? So SPF is designed to block UVA and B. Unfortunately, neither of those block blue light. So if you are sitting in front of a screen for your job or for entertainment, your skin is dramatically losing vitamin A. So Environ chuck a whole lot of antioxidants that do block blue light in their SPF. Yay! And then with people with melasma, I give them Oxygenetics foundation because the oxide particles work even better for blue light filtering. So I'm personally right now got Environ SPF 15 on, plus Oxygenetics foundation, which has a 30 plus, and then it also has ability to, the tinted oxide helps it a little bit more as a barrier from artificial light. So that's my favorite. And then I have a pollution spritz on top, and that blocks all of the free radicals and really locks that vitamin A in. So then my vitamin A can go and work on the problems in my skin and start fixing it, opposed to becoming an SPF and giving up its lifespan, because that's what it's doing. It's actually sacrificing, the vitamin A is sacrificing its nutrition to shield from UV and free radical exposure. So the higher the SPF, depending what's in it, because SPF, we don't use chemical SPF in getting younger, we want to use mineral, and we want to use what's called a combination of inorganic and organic particles. So one reflects heat, repels, and one absorbs little. So if you just use organic, it's absorbing. So that absorption could trigger a little bit of a cascade of free radicals. So you can see why we're using a bit of both. And I'm also got those different layered approach. So the 15 on a spectrum from 15 protection to 50 is under 5% protection more. So 15%, it doesn't work like more is better at all. At all. So try to get your head around higher doses means more free radical cascade to the skin, which means more artificial stress on the skin and more vitamin A loss in the skin. And then those chemicals are being heated when you're out in direct light, because while you're putting it on, you're trying to shield from light. So then then you're heating that up, so you're getting a more cascade of free radical damage. So that's why it's quite dangerous to use high SPFs on the tissue, and especially if they're chemical based. So that's why we build the skin up with lots of storage esters of vitamin A, so the palmitates. They actually can make an SPF of 20 in the lower layers of skin, but they're not reflecting light like your shield is. So that's why we put the vitamin, we're always building up the vitamin A in the lower layers of the skin. So that's the fuel, like a vehicle needs the right fuel in it to move the vehicle from point A to point B and perform well. That's our skin's factory. I had a consult this week with a rural client, and it was an online consultation that we catch up once a month, and she was saying, I can't believe I can put all this skincare on now and I don't get reaction. I just forgot that she used to be a very sensitive skin. So when I met her, she was very scared of skincare, and she was using kind of Cetaphils and really basic products because her skin was always reacting to everything, and she had quite a combination of concerns. And now, I don't know if it's been 4 or 5 months, maybe 6 months maximum, that she's been on Environ, and we've been stepping her up, and her skin is looking so fabulous. And we're now talking about more advanced options to fix some structural things. So that's huge and exciting. And why is she no longer a sensitive skin? Because we've worked with the skin's mechanics. So we've improved the outer layers functions, and we're stepping up those vitamins, and we're using protocols to help them absorb. So she's actually getting that physical change in the skin, and she's shielding the skin with the right protection. So even though she sits in front of a computer a lot as a job, she's got enough protection on that her skin is able to become younger and stronger, because the skin's a self-healing organism, which I just love that. Our skin heals itself. Isn't that wonderful? But it needs the right fuel. And we're living in a world that's very different to our grandparents' generation, where we spend more time in front of artificial lights. They didn't even have the LED lighting in all the houses or screens like we have. So these are so much more damaging to vitamin A, which is why we believe in science. Cutting edge science in skincare really believes that's why we're struggling more with pigmentation issues, melasma issues, different skin concerns, because the depletion of vitamin A is so quickly gone in the youth that when the skin's asked to perform, it just doesn't have that fuel. So think about this. When you sleep at night, you're in a dark room, your skin's not competing for light, which means that your skincare, if you're using enough international units of these vitamins, particularly the A, the C, the E, plus antioxidants, if you're using ways to help it penetrate, and you're stepping this up and you're having treatments to accelerate it in, your skin can start fixing the past. So most people come to me because they've got skin problems, not because they got wonderful skin already, which means that most of us are trying to fix the past damage in the skin. And in the day, we're trying to have enough protection to offset any new damage, and then hopefully having that vitamins and antioxidants underneath your protection layers, underneath your sunscreens. So you're actually able to have more improvement in the skin quality as well. So anyway, quick video today. Hopefully that helps. Enjoy the beautiful weather. So please enjoy sun. It is our friend. It's so healthy for us. Just remember when you're out in it that you're using the right type of protection, and that after you've had some fun in the sun, that you're putting the vitamin A back into the organ topically, so then you can have the best of both worlds. All right, enjoy. Bye.